Hello everyone, welcome to Co.Offaly channel. My name is Peter. Today I'll be working on a set of leather seats from 2014 Volvo XC60. So if you would like to learn how to restore leather, watch this video. I will show you step by step how to perform the full process of leather restoration. At the end of this video I will show you the result that I will achieve on the whole set, but for the video I will use passenger seat as the seat is the most damaged out of all the set. So the very first step in leather restoration is cleaning the leather. In this case it doesn't look too bad, but still I want to have it perfectly clean before I start to do next stages. For cleaning the leather, I'm going to use this leather cleaner, Gaze Rapid Pro. It's a very effective, strong leather cleaner. What you also need for cleaning the leather is leather brush and some cloths. When it comes to cleaning the leather, ideally if you use the leather cleaner from a foam bottle, this way you won't be wetting the surface as much as if you use it as a spray. So let's start from the cleaning process. I'll do some 50-50s to show you the difference between clean leather and dirty leather. So now I'm going to continue the cleaning. When I finish, I'll show you the next step. So I have the leather cleaned. When you clean the leather, make sure you clean the front section and the back as well. In case of this seat, there is no really need for restoring the back. The leather is still in immaculate condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on the front, which actually does need the restoration. So the next step is sanding the surface. For this, I'm going to use 400 gradation sanding pads. We need to sand it well, then the paint will stick better to the surface. When we sanded the leather, we need to consider a few things as well. First one is the grain. If there is strong grain on the leather, you don't want to go too far with it, because if you sand it too much, you will smooth down the surface and it won't look right. This leather is very smooth, there is only a little bit of grain on it, so especially on those places that are worn, we can go a little bit harder, it won't really make any difference. And another thing we should consider is when we sand in the leather, we should avoid sanding the stitching, as they can be very easily damaged. Once we have all the leather sanded, we can just blow off all the dust and then we will degrease the leather. To degrease the surface, I will use solvent cleaner for leather. So the surface is degreased. Now what we need to do is we need to dry the leather. Even though it looks dry, there is always some moisture in the leather. We were cleaning the surface, then we were using degreaser. So what we need to do, we need to get rid of that moisture from the leather. For drying the leather, I use heat gun. In the case of real leather, and that's what we have here, you can put a bit more heat. Leather is quite heat resistant. If you're dealing with artificial leather, then you have to be more careful, as artificial leather is made of plastic. And also, when you heat in the leather, be careful with the stitching, as stitching is kind of more sensitive. So if you go too hard, you put too much heat, you can actually make it hard and might have tendency to crack. After going over with the heat gun, I would recommend to leave it for at least 2-3 hours before you go to the next stage. That's because there might be still a bit of moisture in the leather, so if you give it time, it will evaporate naturally. So I have all the leather well prepped, it got good drying. In the meantime, I masked all the places that I don't want to paint. The next step now will be filling imperfections. So for filling the leather, I'm going to use leather filler. It's a flexible filler. With this product, what we need to do, we need to just apply in the places where it's needed. The leather filler is white. If the color was very contrasted, we could actually tint it with the paint. In this case, it's a light color leather, so we can use it as it is. When you apply the filler, make sure you only apply as much as is needed. Don't leave any excess, because this filler is flexible, so it's very hard to sand it after. Now I'm just going to wipe off any dust that came from sanding with a solvent cleaner. So now I'm ready for spraying. To set the gun, what we need to do is we need to set the pressure for about 3.5 bar. Then we need to adjust the amount of the paint, and we can do a little test. So what I'm doing is spraying on the box first. To achieve nice results, what we need to do, we need to spray tiny coats of the paint. So something like I've done on this box, that's plenty paint coming out in one go. After spraying each coat, we need to dry the paint really well before we apply another one. Before I start spraying, I will warm up the leather, and then I'll go ahead with the gun.
I can see the light but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to.
At this stage, I have all the leather sprayed with the color. Next step will be spraying top coat. But I'm going to leave it till tomorrow because I want to let the paint settle down fully before I seal it with the top coat. There is two options for restoring the leather. First White DIY is ready-to-go paint that consists top coat. In this case, I'm doing that in two stages, so this will have better durability.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is dying, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful.
So the job is almost finished. Let's have a look at the final result.
Listen, I can see the light but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away.
So as you can see, the leather got major transformation. Now it looks sort of next to new. However, when it comes to leather restoration, it's not just about how the leather looks after the job, but it's also about other features of the leather, so the softness and the feel of the leather. So I'm going to show you a couple of additional steps that you can do to improve those features. So the first thing you can do is, you can obviously check, is the leather nice and smooth or is it rough? Sometimes you might get that bit of rough feeling on the leather. So to fix that, what you can do is you can use 3,000 or 4,000 gradation sanding pad. This gradation won't make any harm and won't cause any marks on the leather. All you do is just gently rub the pad over the surface. This leather in Turge is nice and soft, however it's always well worth to apply conditioner after restoration. That's because we're using heat, we're using chemicals, so we want to feed that leather back to as best as possible condition. Conditioning is very important, as what it does, it softs the leather, puts back the oils, moisture and all natural features of leather. For this step we should wait minimum 12 hours after spraying the top coat. For conditioning the leather, I'm going to use a conditioner called Good Stuff Leather Milk. It's a very good product, feeds the leather well as leaves nice leather scent. After applying the conditioner, we should leave the seed without using it for at least a couple of hours to let the product to be absorbed by the leather. In the case of hard leather, what you can do is, if the first application doesn't soften the leather to the point you want, you can just repeat that step a couple of times, but give it a couple of hours of break between applications. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this leather, let the product to be absorbed for a few hours, and after that I'm going to apply another product which is called dye and friction blocker. This product is like a sealant for leather, so what it does, it slows down wearing of the leather, but also it creates barrier against the dirt. So even the seats, when they get dirty, they'll be very easy to clean.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet.
So to recap this video, you could see what leather restoration can do to leather. If some panels are too bad, you might have to consider going to a trimmer. If you are interested in leather restoration, all the products I use for this video are available from my website, ocdetailing.ie. I ship to Ireland and Northern Ireland. But if you are from some other country, comment below and I'll try to give you direction for shop that you can buy the products. So that's everything in this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment below. If you like this type of content, subscribe my channel and see you on the next one.
I can feel silence in the dark, so that I see when your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound. I'll find valid in your eyes.